This is a Dipin Dots maker. You know those frozen mini ice cream dots you can get at the mall? 12-year-old me would have been so excited. And honestly, I'm just as ecstatic today. So it comes with the stand and then a few pieces, including this liquid dot dispenser. You have 3 of them. Trypophobia warning. You have 6 of these mini dot molds where the liquid dispenses into down here. And then I guess if you don't want to use the machines or just want to like mix them, you have these dot pens where you can do them individually. One of my favorite Dipin Dots is the Neapolitan. So we're gonna do chocolate, a vanilla base, and strawberry. It's a cute little bowl, but I have to hold it while I pour. But then we just, oh shoot. Wait, how does that work? Okay, so there is a lock to keep it from dispensing right away like that. Oh shoot, it's leaking out of this. No! This funnel is filled. And now we funnel. 1, 2, 3. Oh wow, it just totally fills up all of the little gaps and is definitely triggering my trypophobia. Goosebumps. At least it stopped leaking. And our chocolate one is done. I'm gonna have to put something heavy on it later. But now I kind of want to try this dot pen that it came with. But like, does it really matter? This is gonna take forever. But it's kind of fun. I'm gonna try this again. Oh, see? It like totally overfilled. Those are not gonna turn into dots. Okay. Oh, got it in my hair. Okay. My favorite ice cream flavor is strawberry. So I'm gonna make a strawberry yogurt smoothie type of concoction to fill up our next tray. I'll just add some yogurt, fresh strawberries, milk, and some maple syrup and blend it up. I mean, to be fair, the 1-star reviews for this gadget said, this is the most disappointing item that I've ever purchased. I must say, this is by far one of the messiest toys ever created. Hello? It's so thick that it's only dispensing 1 dot at a time. By all means, move at a glacial pace. Now, all we have to do is freeze them, and I'm gonna check on them a little bit later. I have 7 more dream gadgets to test, and we're gonna find out if they're too good to be real. And the one that's my favorite is gonna land a permanent spot on my counter. I bought this new soft serve ice cream machine because I'm sick of never being able to order it whenever I'm at McDonald's.
It actually just broke.
It's the new Ninja Swirl, kind of like they're creamy, except this one has this lever that's supposed to be able to spit out your soft serve right over here. Except we actually have to make our base first. I'm gonna add some regular whole milk, a little bit of heavy cream, some condensed milk to give it that sweetness, a little bit of vanilla extract, salt, and then apparently the secret to making super creamy, smooth soft serve is xanthan gum. I think it's used in a lot of gluten-free baking. Now I'm just gonna give it a quick blend and then pour it into our base container. Ooh, nice and frothy. Just gonna fill it to the max line, and it's perfect. We'll set this aside and we're gonna make another soft serve I've been dreaming about since my last trip to Disneyland. We're making a pineapple Dole Whip. But it's pretty easy. I'm gonna add my frozen pineapple, some coconut cream, a little bit of passion fruit juice, because we're full of passion, some sugar, and I like things nice and tart, some lemon juice. This is gonna be so good, I already know it. And then let's try it with that xanthan gum again. Okay, I think I need another splash of passion fruit. Oh, I'm so tempted just to take a swipe of this because it already looks so refreshing and delicious. But now we're gonna freeze these and I'm gonna check on them a little later. Next up, we have a 3D infrared smokeless grill where you can do it all indoors. Sounds too good to be true, like a dream. I don't know, it sort of looks like a table lamp to me, and it's a lot smaller than I thought. The heating element is right on top, and then you have this grill plate, and at the bottom I thought there would be some heating source, but all we have is a drip tray on, and then you can control the minutes and the temperature, and I already see the infrared working. But now we're gonna fully put it to the test, and I'm gonna be grilling some meat, seafood, and vegetables, all to make a complete Korean barbecue snack. Oh, that's crazy. Also, all indoors, which is a bold move. Whoa, the bottom is already grilling so fast. Okay, let's put some shrimp on the bobby. Is it smokeless though? Because I do smell a little something something. I love grilling Korean barbecue, but the problem is I always walk away smelling like food. That's why I've got my backup, Scentbird. It's my go-to for making sure I smell like a snack and not like smoke. This month I've been switching between Gucci Bloom, which is super floral and romantic with notes of jasmine, tuberose, and Rangoon creeper, and Marc Jacobs Daisy, which smells like strawberry and jasmine. It's light, fresh, and it's so springy. I guess it's cooking it from top and bottom because the top is kind of charring up, but it's not doing much for the veggies. Pro tip, you can apply your perfume right after you shower to really lock in the scent longer. And always hit your pulse points, wrist, neck, and sometimes I like spraying it into my hair too, which I'm gonna need to do if this grill doesn't work. This smells so good. I'm obsessed with this one. no sear. They're dancing though. If you want to switch things up like I do, Scentbird is a fragrance subscription that lets you try new designer and niche scents from a collection of over 900 fragrances. Now there's a little bit of a sear. The good news is I don't see any smokes, so it is smokeless. Each one comes in a travel size case with a 30-day supply that's perfect for throwing it into your bag after a barbecue or work or school. You can swap out scents every month and really build out your fragrance wardrobe. Okay, but let's see how well it actually grilled because we're having a barbecue party. Whew. The grill didn't smell, but this sure does. I love me some kimchi. Gotta try our meat. Is it gonna be hard and chewy or is it gonna be perfectly grilled? And I've got my little meat purse. But first, use my code Honeysuckle to get 55% off your first month. That means your first month is only $8 and then the next month is $16.95. I mean, you can't really go wrong with boneless short rib. All that fat, all that juiciness, a little chewy, but what I miss the most is that it doesn't have that like grilly, fatty char. Again, that's Honeysuckle. You can scan my QR code or check out the link in the description box. It's like a sponge. Technically, it does the job, but it didn't do it well. And I don't think it's gonna earn a spot on my counter. 6 out of 10. Our Dipin Dots are ready. Nice and frozen. If this is anything like an ice mold, all I have to do is kind of twist it and it should come out. But are they gonna be little dots? They even came with these little Dipin Dots bowls and they're blue spoons. Oh no! They're not really dots and they're not breaking up into dots. Let me see how I can get them out. Maybe I just have to crush them a little bit. Let me see how our chocolate one did. What? That one looks even worse. Well, this one was my first try, so it was like a rookie mistake. Maybe the pen one did a little better. You have a swirly design, but it doesn't bubble up, and I actually don't even know how I'm gonna get these out. Maybe that 1-star review was right. This is more of a toy than an actual working gadget. Definitely freezes in my mouth like regular Dipin Dots, but I don't think you're gonna get a permanent spot on my counter either. 5 out of 10. This is a rice cooker that kind of looks more like an espresso maker with this separate water tank right here. I have never seen that before in a rice cooker, but it's a smart machine that's supposed to filter the water like a coffee machine into the rice cooker precisely to cook your grains, rice, beans, and even vegetables because it comes with a steamer basket. It comes with an 8-cup inner pot that's like a ceramic non-stick, so I think that's better than a typical non-stick. But what makes this even smarter is that you don't ever have to measure out your rice. You just pour it in here and then the machine does all the thinking for you. No finger dip eyeball method necessary. But you know what? That's pretty reliable, so don't knock it till you try it. Let's fill this up with some water, turn it on. It's a touchscreen. Hi. You can do an automatic cooking cycle or you can do a custom cooking cycle. For rice type, I'm gonna choose Jasmine because it's the easiest one to mess up. There's a built-in scale in there and now I'm gonna add the rice. Question is, I still have to wash my rice, so how is it gonna account for that? It's 1.22 cups. I'm gonna go ahead and wash my rice. Oh, but now it counted as 1.45 cups. But let's see if it's gonna turn out mushy. Please level your food for even cooking. Texture, I want it regular. Rinsed. Oh, there is a rinse function. Okay, so it's gonna count for that. Liquid, water. And since this machine touts multifunctional cooking abilities where I can simultaneously cook the rice along with anything in the steamed basket, let's steam some broccoli. It's dispensing. The water is going down like my coffee machine. And it's gonna take about 35 minutes to cook. So you know what I'm thinking? It's cooking rice and broccoli. Let's cook up some chicken. That'll be a classic perfect meal. Except you know what I'm gonna do to it? Inject it with some flavor. This is a flavor injector that I saw someone on TikTok say, I don't know why people don't inject their chicken with flavor. That's kind of a good question. And while this won't be sitting on my counter, is it good enough for me to keep in my drawer? It's pretty packed in there already. But this flavor injector comes with 2 needles, a thinner one that's good for thin liquid like melted butter, and this one that's for thicker marinades. I don't think they're big enough to have like chunks of garlic through them, but I'm gonna test mine with a little bit of herb butter. I'm gonna baste both of them with butter, salt, and pepper, but I'm only gonna inject the flavor into this one to see if it actually makes a difference. Someone said, I bought this based on the great reviews. It leaks and doesn't push the liquid out. So far, no leakage. The plunger seal fails and allows the liquid to go to the top half of the injector. Whoa. Don't waste your time. Plump it, plump. But somebody else said, this worked better than I expected. I was afraid afraid that bits in the injection liquid would get clogged in the needle. That didn't happen at all. I would recommend. It definitely plumps up the chicken, and I'm hoping that injection just stays in there. Well, let's cook this up. So while we're waiting for everything to finish cooking, let's see what people have to say about this rice cooker. It's one of the worst rice cookers I've ever used. Tried all the settings, hard, soft, wash rice, dry rice. They just don't come out nice and fluffy. They're either mushy or too hard. The skill's not that smart either. It's like using the self-checkout machine back when they first came out. I love using the self-checkout machine. But someone else said, everyone needs one of these. The automatic weighing and water adding feature is a game changer. No more guessing or measuring. Just pour in the rice and it does the rest with perfect precision. That's some pretty high ranking. So, dun. Oh man. I don't know what kind of vegetables they were referring to when it says it precisely cooks simultaneously. My broccoli looks kind of mushy. Well, we have perfectly fluffy cooked jasmine rice. It looks okay, not mushy, that's for sure, but it almost looks a little bit on the dry side. Add some overcooked broccoli. But first, let's give our chicken a try. I can tell that this is flavored because there's a little bubble of butter here. Oh, it's like a zit I just popped. Ugh. So satisfying. So you know how chicken breast tends to be a little bit dry when they're roasted? This one looks pretty juicy, but a little bland. Let's see how the flavor injector did. It's definitely in there. I see the herb butter. So it's definitely staying deep within the tissues and the meat of the chicken. Significant flavor difference. Get yourself one of these. Flavor injector definitely earned a spot in my drawer. 9 out of 10. But will the rice cooker stay? There's a slight chew in the rice that gives it a little bit of fluffiness too. The only complaint I have is it's on the dry side, and I don't like dry rice. It's a good rice cooker, but for $300, it definitely costs more than the Zojirushi, you know, the elephant brand one. I don't think it's earning a permanent spot on my counter. 7 out of 10. It's like mashed broccoli, baby food. This is an icy machine to make slushies, just like 7-Eleven. It kind of looks like a blender, but you can dispense your slushie directly through this nozzle. But inside is a churning container that's already frozen, where it's supposed to turn your liquid into delicious, cold, refreshing slushies. And it seems pretty easy to use too. I'm supposed to fill it half up with some ice and then some salt. I'm gonna use rock salt since that's ice cream salt, and hopefully it helps. And then I have to kind of melt it down with some water. Now I'm supposed to put it on the mix function and then repeat the step. But someone said it does not work. Went by the directions, tried rock salt, and regular salt never turned into a slushie. According to the directions, you should only run the machine for 40 minutes at most to not kill the motor. But it's supposed to be a slushie in 15 minutes. Only turns out to be a cold drink. 1 star. But I'm thinking, kind of want a lemonade dragon fruit slushie because you never see that. So I'm gonna add my lemonade and dragon fruit syrup down this hole and let it run for 15 minutes. Somebody else said, fun, close to store made. We made Mountain Dew Baja Blast. The syrup just kind of got stuck to the top of the canister. It's messy. Definitely turned into a slushie so far, and it's only after 6 minutes where I got this icy dream. So 1 star, debunked. The only problem is I feel like it might be a little thick. For icy to pour, I have to turn it to the dispenser mode and just push down the nozzle. We're gonna add my straw just to mix it around a little bit. I'm gonna say this looks exactly like a Slurpee, if not better, because it's my own flavor. This slushie machine is definitely a game changer, and I can see myself using this all summer. 9 out of 10. Is this big red thing actually gonna earn a spot on my counter? We'll see. So our soft serve bases are ready and frozen. Now you basically have to put the frozen container into this contraption here, and what it does is with this blade, it's gonna swirl and cream up your frozen base and make it nice and fluffy. It's locked. We're gonna choose soft serve, ice cream function, and let it spin. But there's differing opinions, because someone said, so simple and the possibilities are endless. It's a game changer for ice cream at home. 5 star. But someone else said, I was so disappointed. The texture was gritty and the consistency was soup-like. 1 star. I noticed there's a mix-in function right here, so you know what we have to do. Whoa, wait, did it like melt my ice cream? Because it looks so smooth. Ooh, this is like ultra soft serve. What? I don't know if adding the mix-ins is gonna be a good idea. It's literally gonna melt this. We have to do cookies and cream. Oh, it's soft serve soup. I can already tell from looking at it here. Now we have to add this other lid. Load it in here. Let it release. Let's do this. The back is gonna somehow push out our soft serve. Oh, like that's such a sad soft serve. This is more like a milkshake. It feels just as bad as when I go to McDonald's, but it tastes really good. Luckily, we still have our Dole Whip. This time we're gonna do soft serve and then fruit whip. I feel like 6 minutes was a really long time to churn this, and hopefully I don't get fruit soup. Ooh, yes, it's nice and whippy. Here we go. Whoa. Let's see if I could get the perfect swirl. I need to work on my swirling skills, but this one looks way better than the last time. Yay. Oh my god. This tastes almost exactly like the Disneyland one. There must have been something wrong with my recipe. We'll have to keep working on it, but the Dole Whip was perfect. And for that, an 8 out of 10. But is this big old machine gonna land a spot on my counter? We'll have to see. Could this coffee machine make me feel like a barista in my own kitchen? Even the packaging is fancy. I have to unlock this clock. This is the fellow Aiden coffee machine that was super hyped up, and it's supposed to make super fancy pour over coffee with just one touch of a button, all the way to a 10-cup carafe. That didn't work. But it's also supposed to know the right water temperature, how long to brew it, and it's supposed to come out amazing every time. Those are some pretty bold claims. I usually only make single serve coffee, but if I wanted to make a big batch, I can use this large filter basket and brew it straight into this beautiful insulated carafe. It looks like the giant version of my Stanley mug. But for today, since I want to test it on how I would use it, we're gonna do a single serve pour over. So here's where it gets dicey. Someone said to get the perfect brew, it requires an inordinate amount of coffee to be used. For a single cup, you get about 4.5 ounces, and the machine asks you to use 5 tablespoons of coffee. Insane. I'm gonna do the guided brew and see exactly how much it asks me to use. 14 grams or 3 tablespoons of coffee. I feel like that's not that crazy, so that 1-star comment is already debunked. Close lid. I need to add some water. Continue. I like that it has a timer to tell me exactly how long it's gonna take, but a cup of coffee that takes 4 minutes, I feel like that's average. So there's still about a minute left of the brewing, and the cup is almost halfway full, and now it says drip finish. It even has a cute little chirping sound. Okay, so I guess I understand where that 1 star is coming from. My cup is a little over half full, but how is the cup of coffee? If it's gonna earn a permanent spot in my kitchen, it has to taste or at least work a little better than my current one. That coffee machine took half the time, but the coffee looks significantly murkier. But at the end of the day, the only thing that matters is how good the coffee tastes. Even with the milk, my usual looks a little bit watery. It does the job. Now let's try the Aiden brew. I always thought my coffee tasted fine, but when I'm tasting it side by side, you can definitely tell the difference. This is a lot more concentrated. It had a lot more time to really bloom and extract the coffee flavor. And even though it brewed slightly less than the other one, I think this makes a better cup of coffee. Goodbye, little coffee maker. You've been good to me. I give the fellow Aiden 10 out of 10. And if you want to smell amazing, be sure to check out my link in the description below or scan the QR code here using the code Honeysuckle for 55% off your first month at Scentbird. And if you like this video, go watch me test the internet's most unusual gadgets.